Oh, hey, Danny, Jesse, Marie. My name is Greg. And Danny, you and I spoke on the phone. Rosalinda suggested I give you a call, and we spoke talking about how we might be able to take a look at your website here and see what we need to do to get a lot more traffic flowing to your website, which you could then turn into deals. So yeah, I'm going to take a look at your website here. I'm going to give you some suggestions and show you what I might do to get more traffic in. Just by way of a teaser, currently today your website attracts on average 60 visitors a month. One of your competitors here in Santa Cruz attracts a little over double that, and I think there's an opportunity for more. I'm going to show you what we would need to do to get here. By way of overview, so it's about becoming more visible in Google than your competitors, and certainly if you can get yourself into what we call the map section here and the first page of Google, you have access to over 80 or 90% of all the search volume. This is where we need to be. I'm going to give you some thought starters in the areas of content, backlinks, and citations as I look at your website. I'll give you the definitions of these three things as we go through. But what this is all about is, in the eyes of Google and Google's machine, is making sure that they believe that you are an authority in this area, that you are trustworthy, and that you are a relevant site to show on the first page of Google when someone is searching for real estate Santa Cruz, for example. Now, this is important because Google cares very much about their customers' experience. They want to make sure that they only surface websites onto the first page of Google that are authoritative, trustworthy, and relevant. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at content. So, in terms of content, Google cares about quality and quantity of the words and images throughout your website. Quantity first. So you have a great deal of words already written through your website, 24,000, which is fantastic. So what we would simply need to do then is to tweak this content to address the quality side of things. Now, what I mean when I say quality, that is really the choice of words that you use when writing your content. What I mean by that is that we refer to what we call keyword phrases or keywords, and that really is a phrase like this: real estate agent Santa Cruz, that any potential customer might use to search in Google to find your services. Okay, what we would do is we need to figure out the most frequently used search terms and make sure that these are written exactly as stated throughout your content. The reason we do this is because Google wants to make a match between what is in your content and what is searched for in their search engine. If they can make a match and your website is one of those matches, you have a good chance of showing up on the first page of Google. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening here in the back end. So I showed you this page before, showing that your website gets 60 visits a month on average. Google has indexed for you, that is, they have read and understood for you 261 keywords related to your website. Okay, this is what they understand of you. These keywords are as follows. As you look at this ridiculous amount of data, know that this is the keyword that we're talking about. This number here is the number of searches for that particular keyword in a month. And this number here is the position that you sit in Google if this search phrase was used. Okay, so naturally for your brand name, you would be on the first page of Google. Okay, but now as we come down to some of these more specific keywords that I would want to see written into your content in a much stronger way, are these what we call location-based buyer intent keywords. For example, realtors Santa Cruz, realtor Santa Cruz. We want these to be location-based because this is where the deals happen. This is where you do your work. And anyone looking to sell their house in Santa Cruz or to buy a house in Santa Cruz is going to be using that search phrase that is specific to Santa Cruz. We also really want to hone in on as many of these buyer intent words as possible. So real estate or sell my house or buy a house in Santa Cruz, because this is very different to a search term that is, for example, average property price Santa Cruz. That's not a buyer intent keyword. That's a research keyword, and we don't want to really care about those keywords so much. So the strategy here is that we would figure out which of these buyer intent location-based keywords are the strongest. So here's Realtor Santa Cruz with 150 searches a month. Real Estate Santa Cruz with 200 searches a month. We would hone in on the top 15 or 20 of these to build your content around. And I'll show you, for example, some great opportunity that we have here that we could capitalize on. So a little bit of research here. I searched for Real Estate Santa Cruz and found some similar terms. Santa Cruz real estate, 1,300 people searching for that a month. That's very high. And if we write this keyword into your content in an organic and strategic fashion, we can capture a whole lot of this traffic. And Real Estate Santa Cruz, 200 searches a month, and so on and so forth down the track. So that's what I'm going to tell you about content is we need to just simply tweak the content that you have to really highlight some of these buy intent location-based keywords so that Google can make a match between these searches and your website. Okay. So we can see that for Live Love Santa Cruz, they have 700 keywords. So they've really upped the ante in terms of picking out the best keywords to build their content around. I will say that 700 is not necessary. In fact, in some cases, it can confuse Google. We would want to really hone in on 20 that really spoke to exactly what we're trying to target. Okay. The next thing I wanted to tell you about, part of my process, is what we call backlinks. This is about building trust with Google. So a backlink is the number of times that another website links to your website. For example, davidling.com could link back to your site. David Ling, if a very trusted site, which I assume it is by Google, and they link to you, that trust flows to your site by association. The more times we can build these links, the higher this trust score becomes. And the higher this trust score is, the more likely you are to get onto the first page of Google. Now, this is a percentage. So your website currently has a trust score of 4.2% with Google. Okay, it could definitely be higher. And the process here is simply to go out and curate a list of the best, high quality, most relevant links or websites to link to, and request that they link in. Either we pay or we register for a link and they link to your site. So we can see this is a great opportunity. Live Love Santa Cruz, who take up the top spot in a couple of searches that I did, do not have a strong trust score, not as strong as yours, certainly. So there is an opportunity here to really spread this margin, increase that gap, that distance between the two of you from a trust point of view, to get you closer to the top of Google. Okay. So that's backlinks, and that's a trust play. The third thing that we care about are citations. So a citation is the number of times that your business name, address, and phone number show up in a directory online. It's slightly different for real estate, and often for real estate, this map isn't shown here. But whenever the map pack is present, if we get a lot of citations, that is a mention of your business name, address in a directory, the more volume of citations we can pull through, the more likely it is that you would win the map pack. Now, I say that this may not be as relevant because here for the search I did, well, actually, here we are, Real Estate Agent Santa Cruz. Here is the maps section. By building a strong citations profile, we can get you right here into the maps section. This is really important because when someone is searching on their mobile phones, more than half of people nowadays do all their searches on mobile phones. If this particular search pulls up, there is a third button shown here, which is a call button. So with one click of a button from one search, potential customers, buyers and sellers can call you directly from this search here, rather than coming into one of these listings here, finding a number, saving that number, and then calling you. This is a very, very frictionless way of having your customers contact you. In actual fact, when we bought our house here on the west side of Santa Cruz, it was because the agent that we worked with, when I was searching on my phone, was right up here in the map pack. And it was very easy for me on the go when I had my kids running around to simply press one button and make a call in. So that's why citations are important. All right, I'm gonna stop this video now. But again, as recap, we took a look at why your website currently generates 60 visits a month, why one of your competitors does over double that. And we talked about some ways that we would approach the situation to get you to the closer to the top of Google around content, that is keywords written into your content, backlinks, building your website's trust profile, and citations to help you win that map pack for a very frictionless contact between you and your potential customers. So there we go. I appreciate you watching my video, appreciate the opportunity to send this to you, and I look forward to chatting with you further if there are any questions. Thank you.